Hey everyone, it's Shannon and let's do a tag. Alrighty, I'm going to be doing the rapid fire book tag. Quite appropriate because I can talk really darn fast. It is a series of this or that type of questions. You just sort of pick the one that you think you would prefer to have over the other, and that's it. Alright, let's go. The first question is ebook or physical book. Physical book, I like to have books in my hand. I like to have them, hold them, feel them, touch them, put them in my bag, walk around with them. Unless I'm like reading a massive book, then it's nice to have an ebook, so I'm not carrying like the stand that's 1,000 pages around with me everywhere I go. Paperback or hardback, I like reading paperbacks. With hardbacks, I feel like they're too fragile and I'm gonna break them or ruin them, and they're also way too expensive. Trilogies or series. I really like reading. I prefer standalones. I don't like series, so I guess if I'm choosing a trilogy, there's only 3 books, and a series, there's gonna be a lot more, so I guess trilogy. Heroes or villains? I really like reading from villains. They are usually the most complex characters when they're written well, and their motives for being a bad guy aren't arbitrary. Like Stephen King writes villains masterfully, and I love reading books with him, in which part of the book is in the villain's head. I don't usually root for them to win, but I like reading from them. All right, a book you want everyone to read. I am going to recommend Station 11 because I just finished it. It's my most recent 5 out of 5, so that's what's in my head right now. Recommend an underrated book. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and recommend A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay because I'm hearing nobody talk about it. The only people that are talking about it are me and Paige, which is crazy, so I recommend that one. The last book I finished was Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk as part of my readathon. Alrighty, the last book that you bought. Oh, it was Big Little Lies. I bought it at a used bookstore for like a couple dollars, so yes. The weirdest thing I've used as a bookmark, probably a receipt, just because I didn't have anything else, or a business card. That's not really weird, but used books, yes or no? Absolutely yes. Resounding yes, for sure. My top 3 favorite genres. Psychological thriller, survival. A couple really good ones were The Martian and Into the Forest. Like, those are some of my favorite books. So I've not read a massive amount of survival books, but everyone that I've read so far I've loved. And my third favorite genre, maybe like thriller, horror. Well, that really is usually pretty involved in a psychological thriller, but I'm gonna say it's a different category because I don't have time to think of a third one. Borrow or buy? I like to buy books. I like to have them, to display them and show them off, but I'm okay with borrowing them also. Characters or plot? That's hard, but I think that if there's not a compelling plot, there's nothing propelling me to through the books and enticing me to finish reading. It's nice to read about a good character, but if they're just walking around the house and doing nothing and just thinking of really important things, not my style. Long or short books? Actually, I really like short books. I think that it really forces the author to edit and make every page count and every page meaningful, because nothing's worse than reading a really long book that you know 200 pages could be deleted from and it would still be the same, because I hate swimming through pages that seem like they don't have any real purpose. So if I have to choose, I like reading a short novel. Long or short chapters? I don't really care. I guess I like short chapters because when I read books, I can't sit and read for hours on end. My reading is punctuated through moments that I can get through them. And so having a short chapter, if I only have 15 minutes to read before one of my daughters wakes up from a nap, I know that I have a really easily foreseeable ending point that I can stop and pick up the book later, if that makes sense. In the first 3 books I think of, I guess Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk, The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold, and Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. I think it's Grady Hendrix. Yeah. Would I rather have a book that makes me laugh or make me cry? So, okay. I love books that make me laugh. I love to laugh. I love reading books that are funny. If your book makes me laugh out loud, you're gonna get easily an extra star out of the rating. But if I had to choose, I would say cry, only because I do not cry at books. Books do not make me cry. Anytime I read a book review that people say, I bawled, I cried the whole time, it was so emotional, I was just so overcome with emotion, I cried, and I read it, I'm like, no, I didn't cry. I don't get that invested into it. And I don't know if it's because I'm just emotionally constipated or something, but if I do get a book that makes me cry, then I feel like that'd be really special to me. So I'd pick that one. Our world or fictional worlds? I'd rather have a book set in our world. Audiobooks, yes or no? Sure, I like to listen to those while I'm like doing chores and stuff. Do I ever judge a book by its cover? All the time. That's usually, a lot of times, that's why I pick up a book to read about it, because it looks cool on the cover. But I'd rather have a book to movie or a book to TV adaptation. Probably movie. I don't get into a lot of TV shows. A movie or TV show I preferred to its book. I preferred The Shawshank Redemption. And I preferred maybe Fight Club. And would I rather read series or standalones? Absolutely, 100% standalones. Absolutely. All right, guys, thanks so much. That's it. Hope you had fun.